Hello everyone. We've had a multitude of scandals in Ireland over the last number of years, and particularly in recent times we've seen the bike shed gate, we've seen the security hut gate, and also now we've seen Shelfgate. Isn't this interesting? The latest thing is the answer by the Dublin City Council to deal with the return scandal of the recyclable plastic bottles. I suppose many people have seen it. The latest plan from Dublin City Council to stop people rummaging through bins to get their 15 cent back for their 500ml bottles is to put them on a shelf outside the bin. This is a pilot project being trialled for the next 3 months. This isn't a laugh, this is serious. The Dublin City Council have pushed forward to stop people searching through bins for bottles, people who are struggling in society, people who are homeless as well. We've seen this internationally happen, and now it's happening on our doorstep here in Dublin. It's absolutely scandalous. Rather than dealing with the underlying homeless crisis and spend the money to solve our homeless crisis, it's now about putting a shelf on the outside of the bin so people can collect them and garner the 15 cent back if they drop those bottles into those big return machines. Now, isn't this very, very interesting? Because there's always money to be made in our society, and it was James Geoghegan, the Lord Mayor of Dublin, who said that it will make Dublin a cleaner and safer city. I'm not making it up. You couldn't really make it up, what he was saying. It's just farcical. It shows you how out of touch these people really are, the politicians and the political establishment in Ireland. And they're working at the behest of this group called Return, who's set up as a limited company, and also where it started about back in February, where people had to go back to recycle their bottles and pay extra for the privilege of recycling those bottles. Then they would get a receipt, and then it soon transpired that these receipts that people received, over 16 million coupons, are not recyclable. Isn't that ironic? You really could not make this up. Waterford Whispers really have a field day with this. And also the amount of money that's being spent. Bank of Ireland Finance have loaned over €27.5 million to this company, and over €500,000 was given in a government grant out of our public purse towards this. So what's not to win or love for these quangos? Salaries are through the roof, and even last year the directors' fees were over €400,000, and these are all members of the big manufacturers like Heineken. Big supermarkets like Tesco are on the board, and over €400,000 was paid in directors' fees last year. This is when they pulled a loss of €6.5 million, but yet plenty of money for the directors' fees. Of course, it's never put back on the manufacturers or producers to solve this. It's always the ordinary people who pay extra and pay for the privilege of doing it. Not to mention the nonsense that went on before, where the private companies that were supposed to be recycling the bottles and plastics didn't recycle them, they put them into landfill. This is the whole farcical greenwashing, corporate green agenda that's going on in Irish society. And not to mention the amount of money, as I said, that's gone into it. Because if you consider the amount of money in the government grant, as I said, which is a public purse, €500,000, there was 1.6 million spent on IT, 1.92 million on administration. Now currently there's 22 members of staff within this return company, and last year they were paid over €1.27 million. And even the government don't know what the CEO is getting paid. Ireland, you really could not make this up. It's just laughable. And ordinary people are the ones that always carry the can. That's my own joke, and that's ironic, and no pun intended. But I mean, this is what always happens in Irish society. People always carry the can for what goes on with this absolute nonsense and greenwashing, rather than tackle the producers and manufacturers to supply proper products for people, some which for glass. We all remember the Irish Glass Bottle Company that was famously closed down, and our industries decimated because of the European Union neoliberal project. What's wrong with using glass now? Of course you can't do that, because the producers will try and raise their profits different ways. And what's not to love about this return scheme by the big producers, the big manufacturers who produce all the plastic? That's how Ireland works. For the big bosses, for the corporations, for the top of society, and ordinary people are the ones that always carry the can and pick up the tab. So thanks for the support of my videos. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my videos as well. So thanks to people who support me through buying me a coffee. I'm very grateful. Slán, see you all soon. Bye bye.